You know that feeling when you look up at the sky and just wonder what it'd be like to actually fly? I mean, really soar like a bird, nothing but a wing over your head. Well, guess what? That dream isn't just a dream. There's a real path to get there, and that's exactly what we're going to break down today. It's a huge question, right? Because it's not just about taking off. Anyone can be a passenger. This is about having the skill, the knowledge, and yeah, the confidence to truly be the pilot in command of your own aircraft. And the answer to that question, it's called the P2 rating. Think of it as the ultimate milestone for a new paragliding pilot. It's not just a piece of paper. It's your license to fly, the key that literally unlocks the sky for you to go on your own solo adventures. All right, so let's walk through this whole journey, from being a student on the ground to becoming a real thinking pilot in the air. First things first, we need to understand the medium we're going to be flying in. Okay, phase one, you literally have to learn to see the invisible. Seriously, flying isn't just about having a cool wing. It's about understanding the air itself, this invisible ocean we're moving through. And that's where the advanced theory kicks in. So, let's start with the absolute core of how we fly, the Venturi effect. It's the magic behind the wing. Basically, as wind flows over the curved top of your paraglider, it speeds up. Faster air means lower pressure. Slower air underneath means higher pressure. And that difference? That's lift. It's what pushes you up into the sky. It's pure physics, but man, it feels like magic. Next up is something called the lapse rate. Yeah, it sounds a little nerdy, but stick with me because it's super important. This is all about how temperature changes with altitude, and it tells you everything about the air's mood for the day. Is it going to be smooth and stable, or is it going to be bumpy and turbulent? Knowing this helps you predict the ride before you even take off. So all this theory, it boils down to one of the most critical skills a pilot has, making that go or no-go call. And the safe method is your best friend for this. You check the S for surface, your launch and landing zones. A for air. Wind, turbulence, all that stuff we just talked about. F for the forecast. And E, maybe the most important, for your own experience. You have to be brutally honest with yourself. Sometimes the smartest thing a pilot can do is decide not to fly. All right, so you've got the book smarts down. How does that translate to actually handling this giant piece of fabric? Well, here's the thing. Before you can even think about mastering the sky, you have to become an absolute boss on the ground. This next phase is all about building that deep, almost psychic connection with your wing. And I just love this phrase. At the P2 level, you have to be a kiting ninja. And honestly, it's not an exaggeration. This is where the wing stops feeling like a separate object and starts feeling like an extension of your own body. It's all about precision, total control, and looking graceful even when the wind is being a bit of a bully. So what does being a ninja actually mean? It means you can pull off a clean reverse launch when the wind is blowing. It means you can control the wing with no hands, just using your harness and body weight. You got to know how to safely kill the wing if the wind gets too strong, and how to dance it around obstacles on the ground. It really is a dance, and you have to lead. Okay, you've got the theory. You're a ninja on the ground. Now for the main event, putting it all together up in the sky. This is where you really learn to fly the wing, and, just as crucially, how to get it back on the ground with pinpoint accuracy. You know the saying, what goes up must come down? Well, in paragliding, how you come down is everything. Of course, you need to know how to do a normal descent, but you also need a tool for getting down fast, like if you're in rising air and you need to get out of it. That's a technique called big ears, where you intentionally fold in the wingtips to create a super stable, rapid descent. And up there, you're never just sitting back and enjoying the ride. You're constantly working, you're practicing smooth, controlled 360-degree turns, you're learning to use your speed bar to push into the wind, and you're always active piloting, making these tiny, constant adjustments to keep the wing happy and pressurized. You are not a passenger, you are the pilot. Now, let's talk about landing. And it all comes down to one number, 50 feet. That is the absolute maximum distance you can land from the center of the target to pass your P2. To put that in perspective, that's about the length of a bowling lane. So yeah, not a whole lot of wiggle room. And as if that wasn't tough enough, you can't just do it once. You have to prove it's not a fluke. You have to land inside that 50-foot circle 10 times in a row. This is all about proving consistency. It shows you can put it down where you want, when you want, every single time. So, you've put in the work, you've honed the skills, you're almost there. Now it's just about crossing the T's and dotting the I's. These are the last few checkpoints before you get that official P2 sign-off. This is the final validation. You got to pass the written exam to prove you know your stuff. You need to log at least 35 flights, and they have to be at a minimum of 2 different sites to show you can adapt. And finally, you have to earn that final sign-off, that recommendation from your instructor. But here's the thing. Getting the rating isn't the end of the journey, because every single flight for the rest of your flying career starts with this one critical ritual, a final countdown that you perform every single time. It's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 launch check, and it becomes second nature. 5. Check your 5 hard points: helmet, carabiners, leg straps. 4. Check 4 things on the wing: leading edge open, lines clear. 3. Check 3 things about the air: direction, strength, gusts. 2. Check for traffic, airspace clear. And then, number 1, the most important check of all. 1 is your mind. It's the final internal go, no-go. That last moment of commitment where you look inward and you say to yourself, I am ready, I am focused, I want to fly. It's you telling yourself that every bit of training has led right to this moment. So the checklist is complete. The skills are there. The sky is waiting for you. The only thing left is to take that leap. So, let me ask you, are you ready?